Attention all commercial motor vehicle operation and owners. Speeding is one of the top infractions for commercial motor vehicles. Driving above the posted speed limit not only incur unsafe driving violation, but also puts lives at risk. Speeding is a leading cause of crashes, injuries, and fatalities in our roads. Remember, large trucks, buses takes much longer to stop. According to Title 20 Virgin Islands Code 495C, the rate of speed for CMVs, trucks, and buses within the town area shall not exceed 10 miles an hour. Follow speed limits. Always adhere to posted speed limits and adjust your speed for traffic and weather conditions. Maintain control. Driving at safe speeds help you stay in control, especially in unexpected situations. Safety first. Your safety and the safety of others on the road should always come first. Slow down and drive responsibly because safe speeds save lives. This message is brought to you by the Motor Carrier Safety Assistance Unit, the Office of Highway Safety, and the Virgin Islands Police Department.
You know I go forever say something. That's crap. It's been a blast.
Moringa food made with cold pressed coconut oil and pure moringa and all of those good stuff.
All are we? I'm sorry. You always been the man, and you know you're the man. God just bless.
As the sun goes down, yeah, the light shine bright, yeah. The music a pumping, yeah. The music a pumping, yeah. It's a perfect night, yeah. The streets are going crazy. The hands them waving high under the moonlight sky.
Good evening. I know everyone's wondering, wow, what are we doing here in beautiful St. Thomas? And I'm just gonna be bold. I write a lot and I say we're the face of the futuristic, with a futuristic face of the Caribbean. I totally believe that. My name is Peter Bailey. Some of you know me from my work as a journalist with movies, the Paradise Discovered series, Unbreakable Virgin Islanders, about the hurricanes, my Nightcap series. But I've been home and we decided, me and my partner, Jed John Hope, we went to University of Delaware together.
Way back when.
Way back when. And it's funny because I'm from Rock and you're from Cruz. You know that dynamic. So we wanted to create a company, a media company, what Jed has done in business on the larger worldwide scale, and what I've done in media and storytelling. And how can we create a platform for this new progressive Virgin Islands? There's a lot of us that went away as kids. And we went away, we did some things, and we came home. And you know, it's kind of hard to fit in sometimes with the new landscape and whatnot. So we decided to be the light that we wanted, right? And tell our own story, own our own story. So YellowCedarMedia.com is the brainchild of that. So tonight is actually our first media mixer. Yes. And I'm getting into the food and beverage business. That's why you see my coffee over there, Peter's Nightcap Coffee. Shameless plug. So we decided to have a food event because where's my Crucians? Any Crucians? They say we can't cook in St. Thomas, but we wanted to add Jet. How the food tastes, Jet? I've been spending a lot of time in St. Croix. Oh yeah, you can't cook, you can't cook rock. Well, I think we proved that tonight. But we just wanted to create an environment for us to come together as a magnificent people because I'm so inspired by what we did after the hurricane. I think if you look at the geography of the Virgin Islands, we're right in the middle. We're right in the halfway in the middle. And I think we're the gateway to something great. And I think, like I've told the governor, and thank you, Governor, for being here. You got 2 seconds. I'm honored. We're honored to have you here. Actually, there's a lot of people here. Jabari Black, one of the greatest baseball players to come out the Virgin Islands, is here. Esanica Vera, reality star, Miss Universe. A lot of people here. Some of our creatives, they're right for us. Kyle, I don't know where you are, but there's a lot of people here. And we're building a new VI, and we wanted these guys. Julius, man, is the son of a legend. Son of a legend. And he's a legend. And Jacinto. And I'm inspired. And I'll let Jed talk, because I talk too much.
No, thanks, Peter. I know it's your party, Peter. Hey, it's my fault. Peter for putting this all together. This was awesome.
Good job. Thank you.
Our goal with Yellow Seal was we really wanted to unite the Virgin Islands. And as we looked around and we looked at the media landscape, like a lot of people are going to tell you what happened, but a lot of people why it happened. So we always wanted to go, 1 or 2 steps below the surface and kind of unearth our real stories because we got a lot of fascinating stories. People like Jabari, people like Asanica, people like Peter.
Kelsha Williams, young lawyer, young attorney.
You guys know all of these fantastic stories, but we wanted to get them out on video, get them out on paper, get them out on online, so we could all share them and they could be part of our living history. But we hope to do this on a regular basis. We're trying to maybe come back in 2 months. We got to talk to the owners. I see her nodding her head.
Yeah.
So that's a good sign.
And thank you for this. And that's the thing, yellow cedar, right? So the title yellow cedar is our national flower. And so we're unearthing our story. And what better way, this is a part of our story. We're very big on unearthing our story because we feel, let's just be real, when you think of us, you turn on the Travel Channel, there's some guy that doesn't look like us, talking some characters and stuff. This is authentic. We're very big on authentic Virgin Islands representation.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, thank you for coming out. Enjoy the night, enjoy the music, enjoy the drinks, enjoy the food. The food has been fantastic, as well as the host, Hotel 1829. So enjoy the rest of the evening, and we look forward to speaking a little bit more.
And also one of our creatives, Gabrielle, is here. That's one of our creatives doing very great work. Like I said, this is a new VI, man. Like I was thinking the other day, right? They say we're a territory. We don't fit in the American landscape. Well, let's write our own. I think that's the amazing thing about being a Virgin Islander. We get to write our own history right now and all part of it, and that just gets me excited. So enjoy the party.
This is such a beautiful gathering. Number one, I don't get to be around young people anymore, except for Rosie, maybe. So it is real inspirational to see young people out in the Virgin Islands because it's something that we want to make sure that we're creating a pathway for. The decisions that I make every day, and what's going to happen today, I approved $500 million worth of projects, 190 million direct to small businesses in the Virgin Islands. And the work that we're doing is for you. But I'm not seeing you show up and participate in the right places. You're on Facebook, you're on social media. We're about to launch a whole new web-based board app. And what it really does, just like you register for a job, you could register and apply for any board position in the Virgin Islands. We want you to be making the decisions that are going to affect the Virgin Islands for the next 20 years. And I tell people this story because it's a really amazing story. In 2002, about 10 of us got together and formed Generation Now when I was way younger and my hair was way blacker. 17 years later, we ran the government. That didn't happen by accident. We planned it and we took it over. It's your opportunity now to do the same thing. Hopefully it'll take you 17 years. But I also want to say that I'm really proud of Yellow Cedar Media because Jed and I argue all the time. And that's a good thing. I think I want to thank both of them for bringing important topics that we need to discuss to the forefront. Because we talk about, like, potholes will be forever, the roads are going to get fixed, the sewer's going to fix. But what are we doing as a people? What are we doing to preserve our culture and history? And being in this beautiful property is such a dynamic mix. You have all these young people who are participating in a structure that's 200 years old in the heart of Charlotte, Mali, the capital of the Virgin Islands. And we live in some of the oldest cities in the New World. It is not an accident that you are here in this magnificent place in such an incredible time. We need to have the arguments. We don't need to agree, but we need to learn from one another because steel sharpens steel. We need to invest and believe that this is our home, whether you're born, you're Banya, or you come here. This is your space. It's up to us to do about it. But doing it from social media is not enough. It's not enough to rally outside or be digital. You have to get involved and get at the table where the decisions are made. I'm willing to open those doors for you. And I can't thank you both enough for allowing us to have these discussions. Remember, all of us want a beautiful Virgin Islands. We may have different paths there, but these are the kinds of platform that allows for intelligent discussions, for us to contribute to the fabric of our society, and most of all, to preserve it for the kids that you may have already made or will make. So I didn't want to talk long, but it is so enriching to me to see you here as a year and a half left in my term, and I worry about the Virgin Islands all the time because the success we've had was difficult, but it worked because we had a team of people who were dedicated to making this place better. You have a team. Actually, you have the players. Now you got to form a team and do what Roland Martin told us. Take it over. Thank you.
I love them bad, bad, bad. Juve money, baby.
All right, man. Good morning and welcome to AllAhWeTV. We're here at the Rise Up Morning Show, and it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been here, so happy to be here. Happy to be back in the chair. So much is happening. We're going right now on the road to Carnival 2025. A lot of things will be happening. So last night was a media mixer invite for Yellow Cedar platform. Shout out to Peter Bailey, shout out to Jed, a number of invitees there. And today what we're doing is we're just showing a number of things, a lot of events that we've been capturing. We've been posting from Sea Trade, the list goes on. Sea Trade, we haven't been here since I think Afternoon on the Green, and UVI Charter Weekend with the Kimani Marley concert. We're going to show clips of the Sea Trade and the importance of that event. If you have been seeing it here on AllAhWeTV, big ups. What else is popping? We got some highlights with Terry Helenese. She's the state/federal director. She's like our Washington advocate. And she's even going to tell us the difference between her and Stacey Plaskett. So listen, just stick and stay, don't go nowhere. This is just a warm up because listen, this is what coming. From tomorrow on is Carnival. So, tomorrow we're going to have a little bit more, a big thing happening tonight too. So stay tuned tomorrow. When we come tomorrow, we're dropping a big, brand new release. But what's taking place is, from Monday, Sunday is Bacchanal. We're going live all over the place. So we just want to say welcome to AllAhWeTV. Tune in. If you ain't subscribe on YouTube, follow us on YouTube because we're going to be on Facebook, we're going to be on YouTube, we're going to be all over. So that was Yellow Cedar clip. Right now I want to show an excerpt from the governor, the Sea Trade event. My gosh, we haven't been here since, like I said, Afternoon on the Green, the Charter Weekend. And we had the opportunity of going to Sea Trade, and each year there's a bacchanal, there's a controversy. Should so many delegates attend Sea Trade? And the answer is an absolute yes. Sea Trade is a worldwide, a world stage presentation and expo, and the entire world is there. They're selling themselves, they're presenting themselves to the cruise lines. We asked, do we need such a big of a delegation? If I haven't said that already. Again, it's yes. You have WICO, Virgin Islands Port Authority, Department of Tourism. You have GERS, Haven Site Mall was there. Of course, the governor, the administration, and the senators. And everyone is, you have to be there to understand the dynamics of what takes place and the decisions that when they come back and you see all these ports, destinations that's fighting from Brazil, Dominican Republic. We have a clip up on AllAhWeTV with Hugo Hodge just touring the facility. We were there courtesy of WICO. Thank you to Chairman Jason Charles. And the magnificent part was they invited us to cover it, cover WICO's engagement, and also to see it so we could present it to the VI. So it was a massive thing. We're going to talk more about it. Let's show you the governor's clip with no more talking. Again, we're just showing highlights of things that we've been doing from Sea Trade. Terry Helenese, you saw Yellow Cedar event. Here's some clips getting ready for Carnival. We're going to go till 8 o'clock this morning. It's already 7:30. So who's logged in? Good morning. Thank you for watching. And tomorrow morning, after that big drop, you're going to see it here. And then we're going to give you Carnival schedule, tell you where the Lime Guide is, because Sunday's boat race, Sunday's Fort Fete, Monday is opening at the village, Tuesday is Sunset Soca Wine Festival, Wednesday is Food Fair, and that should also be PTO. Thursday, Juve Morning, and village going all week long. And in between, they have about 20 events that's happening here in the VI. So we getting ready to go in Carnival mode, and we want to say good morning, and we're going to be telling you all going on. Here's a snippet of the governor sharing his recap of Sea Trade and its importance.
Hi, this is Governor Albert Bryan. I'm here at Sea Trade in Miami, and it's been a wonderful week. With all the turmoil going on in the nation to talk about tariffs and port fees, there's one thing that remains consistent and true: the Virgin Islands as a tourism product. We represent 5% of the global cruising population, and that's huge for a place that only has 100,000 people. And guess what? Things are only going to get better. We're hoping to pass 2 million passengers next year or year after, as we see more and more tourists come to our shores, particularly in St. Croix, where we went from 60 to 250, but exciting things happening in St. Thomas as well, as we work on completing the dredging for the Charlotte Amalie Harbor, and we look to see WICO take off and do some big things. We had great conversations with Disney Cruise Line, big brand, big name, want to do things, want to make sure that when tourists get off this ship, they not only flow better, but we have excursions and experiences that are for them. We're making those investments. Downtown Charlotte Amalie and Veterans Drive, the expansion is going to be fantastic, adding a whole nother aspect to St. Thomas tourism. The library, we're doing new bathrooms at Enid Bar, expanding Main Street even further down, and all the time constantly pouring in to Emancipation Garden, Educators Park, Vendors Plaza, the food truck plaza that's going behind Fort Christian is going to just be fabulous. So when we talk to people, we tell them that the Virgin Islands is open for business and looking to do more business, because we want to make sure that we have the best tourism product. And the numbers show the top average daily rate in the Caribbean. We're really killing it in terms of the Airbnb, where we have over 4,000 Airbnb rooms now, and cruise passengers coming back for second visits, which is something that we had always wanted to do. Extend the spend and extend the stay. Cruisers are coming back and staying up to 6 days in the Virgin Islands, because once you get a first taste, you have to come back. The spend, they're spending more and more money in our economy, which is good for everyone that come. And extend the day. We're planning nighttime activities in WICO and downtown Charlotte Amalie to keep tourists occupied, active, and spending for longer and longer hours. So it's been a really good week talking to cruise executives, and we had a full battalion of Virgin Island representation here. WICO, the board, the Port Authority, senators, full court press, trying to make sure that the Virgin Islands stays in business and stays #1 in cruise tourism. Thank you.
One of the things I want to see, though, is next year, I'm going to try to encourage a lot of the taxi associations to come to Sea Trade and to be involved in our process, because while they think it's their small business, there's a whole world out there, and Sea Trade shows you different types of offering. You could go in this conference and you would see types of chairs that you could be able to, beds you could be able to purchase, you know, fire equipment, you know, there's logistic guys here for boats, whether it's big boats or small boats. And so I think I need to do a better job of encouraging my folks to be able to attend these conferences, whether you're doing taxi logistics, or you're doing tour operators, or you're doing restaurantes. All of those folks need to be at Sea Trade and need to understand the impact that Sea Trade has and the cruise line industry has on the Virgin Islands.
And to actually have the direct dialogue with the cruise liners to see what products can be offered to the passengers and so forth. So it'll be good to have them on board indeed.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much, man, for sitting down with us.
All the time, man. It's a pleasure.
AllAhWeTV.
For sure.
One Virgin Islands.
All the time.
All right. Thank you, my
thank
brother.
You. All right.
VIP.
How you doing, Jason?
I'm good, man. Good to see you again.
Good to see you
I'm
too.
really glad that you came to our event this evening. You know, you've been a long friend. Disney has been a long friend of us in the Virgin Islands, and we're trying to really be able to show our communities the importance of Disney. So thank you so much for participating and working with us for these years.
We want to say thank you. USVI is a destination that our guests love to visit, and we love to take our guests to USVI. And as we continue to grow our fleet, we look forward to working with you and with government to continue to improve the guest experience, give more opportunities to local communities, and make sure that Disney continues to call USVI home.
That's how we ask it. Thank you so much for being a great partner. Thank you, Disney. We'd love to see you every Wednesday. Thank you so much for all you've helped with Carnival and ensuring that our community is being able to be blessed with your ships. We have a long-standing relationship, and we really appreciate what you have done for the U.S. Virgin Islands.
So I got to tell you, many of our brands have been cruising in the U.S. Virgin Islands for years, and we will continue to do so. The people in U.S. Virgin Islands welcome us with open arms every time that we're there, and the idea that you have St. Thomas, St. John, that presents unique opportunities to experience U.S. Virgin Islands, we're always happy to come.
Well, Marie, listen, we've had this relationship for about 30 to 40 years. We want to continue to keep it for another 30 to 40. So thank you so much.
You got it.
All right, great.
All right, a little, giving you some information and then following the information, letting you know and reminding you, Thursday, May 1st, that clip right there, Juve Manning coming. And you know the one thing I like to stress in the VI, many times, sometimes with the older folks, we like to judge, stereotype, or, you know, class people. You could be an attorney, you could be, listen, whatever you do in life, that's what you do. Your career, that's what you do. But if you like to fat and you like to wind up and have a good time and throw powder and water when they come to Juve Morning, don't let your career or whatever in society or people watching stop you. Come out and have a good time. Again, Thursday, May 1st, Juve Morning coming. Gonna run that clip back just one more time because it's just pure vibes. And let you know, listen, Juve Morning in the Virgin Islands, you don't want to miss it. In fact, the whole carnival, you want to be there from beginning to end. So we're telling you it's carnival right here in the USVI, but same time as carnival, things are happening and we're going to share that info with you. We're here just doing a recap of activities which has been taking place. So you got to hear from the governor, you got to hear from Jason Charles, chairman of the WICO board. Alongside, he was there sitting with Minister Kai Reimer of the British Virgin Islands. And the topics which is shared included the importance of not only government officials attending or the departments, the agencies attending Sea Trade, but the entire industry, whether you're a restaurateur, whether you're a tour operator, whatever aspect you are in the industry, you should be partaking because it is a place where you're going to meet and you're going to network. You're going to network with so much people. And then when you see different businesses, it opens up your eyes. It forces you to maximize and think and strategize and position yourself. What can you do better in your operation? How can you maximize it? So presently we have great excursions out there. My friend Jerry, Key and Go, they have like an ATV. I don't want to word it wrong, but it's an enclosed ATV, like a buggy. And they do a number of tours around the island. We want to check it out. So shout out to her, shout out to Key and Go. So many. And our tourists or guests are asking for new experiences. So you might go on a cruise, you might go to Jamaica, you might go Lower Caribbean, and you might see something. What you got to think to yourself is, how can I do this? And maybe you could get in business for yourself. So, and once in business now, you go to an event at Sea Trade, and at Sea Trade now, you get to talk directly to the cruise lines and say, hey, I want your tourists, I want your guests. What can we do to bring them to our business? And that's what it's about. We have a gentleman that was from St. Vincent, and when we talk about the scale of Sea Trade and do we need so many people, and your position, we next to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico was giving out coffee all day. And then in the back, they had a fully stocked bar, just sharing and bringing people to the booths. And then they just had different representatives there meeting, talking to the people. Across the way, you had Jamaica. Jamaica had a rum. Jamaica had a Jamaican pate. Jamaica had number of stuff. Across from Jamaica had Dominican Republic. And that was one port out of the Dominican Republic and one booth, because across the way, the Dominican Republic had a booth from, my gosh, maybe the length of CAHS. That's how big their presentation was. And we're not talking about the rest of the world as South Africa, as Chile, as Hungary, as part of Europe that were there. So it was a magnificent experience. We have more clips to come, and they're on AllAhWeTV. We just want to say thank you to WICO for the invitation. And go and explore it. Go and see it. But remember the VI, we competing with the rest of the world. And we can't limit ourselves. So, I heard the arguments, and I hear it every year. And this year, and the arguments are, so many people got to go, why this, why that. We're quick to say people wasting money, people they mismanaging money. And we got to stop thinking negative and think of how we maximize and how we push. There are areas, of course, where errors are occurring and maybe mismanagement, and we clean it up because every place have problems. However, what we have to do is, instead of looking at the negative and everything, think of the positive and think of how we could push and encourage. And then Carnival coming, go out and lime and fet, because we're working hard and we have to celebrate and we have to enjoy. So one of the amazing things that happened was, the rum cover, not the rum cover over, I apologize. We have it posted. Director Terry Helenies, she is the state and federal director. That's our advocate in Washington. So first, I wanted to explain, we're going to share her clip of her sharing who she is, where she's from, her CV and her resume. And then she's going to talk about that win we had with the tariffs and so forth. It's right now 7:40 a.m. We're going till 8 o'clock. Tomorrow we're going to start at 6:30. Today's a quick thing, 7 to 8. And then Sunday we live. We on boat race. Monday we back here live. And we have a lot of shows that's going to be going on for Carnival. a lot of coverage. We pushing the music, we pushing the artistry, we pushing the schedule. And for those who say they don't want to go Carnival because of parking, sports parks and recreation have parking in the field. You have to pay, but it's a little change you pay. You get parking for the week because you don't want to pay the tow man. So check it out with sports park and recreation. Here, see and meet Director Terry Hellenese of the USVI State and Federal Director there in Washington, D.C. Mr. Hellenese, you speak so very well, but no one again are hearing you go in and out of an accent. So I must ask, are you Caribbean born?
I am born and raised on St. Croix in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Okay, so it's always, anyone that works on behalf of the Virgin Islands is a great thing. But when it's a Virgin Islander there, I think it hits, we all raise our VI flags together,
For sure, for sure.
So the journey towards your position, tell us.
Pardon me?
The journey to your current position, let us know. From St. Croix to where? But first you have to tell us what part of St. Croix.
Sure, absolutely. In Frangipani.
Okay.
So that's Center Island, the middle of the island.
All right, then now how you got there to the position you're at today?
Surely. So in terms of my journey, I went to an HBCU in Miami, Florida, Florida Memorial. It is now university. At that time, it was college. From there, I went to the George Washington University, and Governor Schneider at the time, Roy Lester Schneider, and his wife, First Lady Barbara Schneider, had seen me on C-SPAN in Washington, D.C. The George Washington University records their Graduate School of Political Management at C-SPAN. And so he was very interested in this young Virgin Islander. I graduated on a Saturday with my master's degree in communications and statistics. And I started working in his Washington office at the time. As his Washington representative, really working with his lobbying team, doing many, administrative duties, etc. At the end of his administration, I started working for Booz Allen Hamilton as a consultant, graduated, went to, when I say graduated, I moved from Booz Allen Hamilton to Deloitte, to PricewaterhouseCoopers, International SOS, and from there, moved back into government and where I'm sitting now, working for Governor Albert Bryan Jr.
Wow. So definitely a full
So I've got private sector experience and government experience.
A full resume. You say Governor Snyder, so I was in about junior high then.
Certainly.
20 years out of school, so that's about 24 years.
Yeah, I think I was in my early 20s at that time. Yes.
About 30 years in, and so we all are one Caribbean people, but of course, each of us have a flag. We have a flag, so
that's right.
A VI that's in the position, and that's definitely she know what she's doing. We could just put
for sure.
You know what you're doing. You have the resume to support it.
For sure.
All right. Well,
I got a resume and a callaloo.
Well, thank you very much, and we look forward to talking to you more on your initiatives, opportunities as they become more available for the Virgin Islands. And just last one time, thank you, because
I appreciate.
So that Director Terry Hellenese was among the team of folks that were fighting and working on behalf of our tax exemption that we received this week, last week actually. We've heard the news, we saw the press, and we had a conversation to share the importance and what potentially we could have experienced, what negative effects could have come if those if that exemption didn't take place. So we're going to talk with her real fast, but we're not going to play the whole thing. It's about 7 minutes. It's posted to AllAhWeTV. We're going to give you about half of it because it's right now 7:46. We're going to 8 o'clock in the morning. Probably show you 1 or 2 more clips. Tomorrow when we come, reminding you that tonight something big is unveiling. It's coming forth. And we're going to be there to present it, but we're going to show the clips of it tomorrow. We ain't going live, but it's going to have a lot of excitement leading right into Carnival. So big things happening. Whether you're waking up in St. Thomas, St. John, St. Croix, BVI, we want to say good morning to you. From where we sitting, I ain't watched the weather yet, but outside the weather looked beautiful. You could have seen St. Croix yesterday, and it was gorgeous. I want to say a quick prayers and, 2 set of prayers. Prayers to the family of the Lockharts. Miss Lockhart was laid to rest yesterday. That's Letty, Jana, that family there, so hearts and prayers with them. And then it's been shared on social media, learned yesterday that attorney Leonard Francis, he passed away. Some may know him as Kaki, my father attorney, my friend. He mentored me. He's a real family friend of ours. So that's Drive King father, both Drive King father and Drive King Jr. grandfather. So our hearts and prayers to them. Them are brothers, and the family going through it. We remember his legacy, his kindness. Those were the attorneys that will, they'll give you a yaba when you do something wrong, but they will make sure you stay on the path of the right. It didn't come to money. You bring something on the table, but helped a lot of people. So his legacy will be remembered. Going to flip back right here to Director Terry Helenese as she shares the details of the exemption. And remember, you can see the full interview right there on AllAhWeTV. We have a great opportunity to speak with someone who works hard for the VI, but many of us won't know her, recognize her, but you are swinging and you are fighting hard on behalf of the Virgin Islands. Welcome, Ms. Terry Helenese. You're there based in Washington, D.C., and you are, what's the exact title of your position? I'll allow you to introduce yourself.
Fantastic. Good morning. My name is Terry Helenese. I am the Director of State-Federal Relations here in Washington, D.C.
So this week, the Virgin Islands had a major victory. And many of us were hearing about it, but we don't know all the details. So we're going to ask you to explain what is the win we secured, but also paint the picture of what we potentially face and what could have affected all of us here in the Virgin Islands. So you are part of the winning team. What did you and the team win for the Virgin Islands?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It certainly was a winning week with the U.S. Trade Representative Office here in Washington, D.C. The 301 tariffs are additional taxes on imports from countries the United States believes are violating fair trade practices. Tropical shipping and seaboard, for example, are they import our groceries, our medicine, construction and hurricane preparedness relief items, our rum making items, you name it. In terms of tropical shipping, there are 19 vessels. They have 19 vessels. However, 9 of them are Chinese built. And so what that means really in terms of the tariffs that would have been put on tropical shipping, seaboard, and other carriers, for tropical shipping specifically, that proposed extreme fee would have been $1 million in port fees on Chinese-built vessels. And ideally, that would put tropical shipping out of business. But before, it drove them out of business, paying that $1 million fee each time. They would have had to lay off employees. So, that would have been a tragic impact on the Virgin Islands.
So when we heard the tariffs, we were thinking the tariffs were on the products, but you're saying this tariff would have stretched so far to the vessels that would have been bringing in our goods.
Oh, certainly. The nine Chinese, American owned, but Chinese built vessels, those would have been those extreme port fees that would have risen to $1 million at entry at each port.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So what did the team and who is the team? Who was the team when this came about now? Who are all the people that came and assembled in the team to now go and plead our case?
Absolutely. So when we talk about the Washington team or the Washington lobbying team, that includes Squire Patton Boggs, it includes Winston and Strawn, and myself.
Okay.
And so go right ahead.
Washington team, and you are working with the administration in addition to the delegate as well?
That's right. So, we work hand in hand on some key policy issues with the delegate and with her team, with her office. Her chief of staff is Angeline Muckle-Jabbar. We work closely with her and, those others in her office.
Okay. And the administration, of course, that's the Brian Roach administration. And
that is correct.
Your team and yourself, you're working on behalf of the initiatives of the governor's office.
That is correct. Of the governor of the Virgin Islands, Albert Bryan Jr. Yes.
So now you all went lobbying for us. So now what is our win? What happened is we're exempt. Tell us where we are.
That is correct. So, when they proposed these fees, of course, we took a look at what was coming down, which would have been tragic for the Virgin Islands. So we engaged with Tropical Shipping, and with CEO Tim Martin and their Senior Director of Community and Government Affairs, Jennifer Nugent-Hill. We engaged the White House. We engaged the Trade Representative Office. There were hearings. There were several hearings that they had. Governor Bryan sent his March 26th letter, and there were over 600 comments submitted to the U.S. Trade Representative Office. So, it was a massive lobby for us to get these tax exemptions. We were working, CEO Tim Martin and Jennifer Nugent-Hill had traveled to Washington, D.C.
All right, that's Director Terry Helenese. The full interview is on AllAhWeTV. You can check it out. Review it. We have some more to post. We're going to post. She's going to talk about the current fight that her office of the governor, the entire VI, we're fighting for the rum cover over. Yeah. So she'll explain that. So you want to tune in. We're going to have that posted about this afternoon. Also, the question is, and we had that question internally, was what is the difference between her job and responsibility and that of the delegates? So we have that answered as well. So we're going to share that. We just coming right back because it's 7:54. Let's show you a little snippet of, if you haven't seen it, the USVI Village commercial. Monday, the Village opens, and it's going to be exciting. There's so many people on the lineup, and to make it better, a press release went out yesterday that says Lyrical, Farmer Nappy, and Valiant have been added to the lineup. So the lineup that already was massive. You had Shabaranks, you had Beanie Man, you had Carnage, Adamo. The list goes on. You're going to see them here. Now you have Farmer Nappy. He's added to the opening night. You have Lyrical, and you also have Valiant. So the VI making big moves. We're going to show this commercial, and then we're going to tell you about the exciting Village screens. The LED screens, you could get on those screens. So let's run the ad, come back, tell you about the Village screens, and then we're out of here. All right, stay tuned. It's AllAhWeTV. Yes, sir. They say they're cooking. Big things happening right here in the USVI. And hey, listen, this commercial make me smile each time I see this promo ad.
Juve money, baby.
All right, so listen, Juve Morning is coming, but we told you about the Carnival LED screen. So each year, you know, this village produces what? Tens of thousands of people there in Fort Christian parking lot, converted now to the Carnival Village. This year name in honor of the Pinney family. I don't know the exact name, but you get Mr. Pinney, they get Steve Pinney, and they get the other brother. So it's like we're really honoring folks, giving them their flowers while they are here. But listen, so the village is our Super Bowl. This is our Super Bowl. Everybody congregates, comes to the village. And you know, the big nights, you're going to get the crowd. Don't be scared of the crowd. Come to the crowd. Come to the fete because we're going to have a good time. Whether you're in the back, whether you're over by booth number 1, by Hugo and Medic them, or you're on the other side by the Latinos, or what her name is? That's Kizzy and the family over there. You come up to my boy them, the Mac group. They used to be boot 22. Now they're boot 19. Next is the Omega boots. You get Amber down there. Up on the top, you know, you get Stone, Dean, and the Mason them. Other side, you get Al crossover the Tatola boot. You get, you get Alicia boot. So much. There are about 30 boots in the village, right? And, you know, non-stop entertainment. This is the opportunity right now. When you in the front, the back, you seeing these massive screens, it's a big stage, grand sound system. Imagine your logo, your ad right there, prime placement in the village. This is marketing at its best. That's why PBL is around here. And festival organization and PBL, we're working to present the opportunity where your ad could be right there in the village. Let me tell you, everybody seeing your logo, your ad, your video commercial. So while you liming, while you drinking, or while you home watching the stream, you can see your logo, your ad. All you got to do is call 340-642-8947. 340-642-8947. Village open Monday. So we need to hear from you by today's Thursday. Let's say Thursday, Friday. We need to hear from you because Sunday that thing I edited, Monday that she is live. So the good thing about this opportunity is generally when the village done, screens off until the next night, 6 o'clock the next night. Village going done 2 o'clock, Monday, 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30. And then, Wednesday, village going down about 3-4 o'clock. Thursday, Wednesday into Thursday, village like it going on, like, because then it's Juve. And then Thursday, nobody want to go home, so village, you're lying in there. Well, listen, the good opportunity is the screens are going to be on 24/7. The screens are going to be on. So when the village activity done, it's going to be a loop rotation of ads, highlights, presentation. Who gonna be in the village? That's the question. I was in the village yesterday. I was linemen, some boot owners. We were there with the Harmon family. Big up Ira, Luella. Ira, come food fair day. She's at Evolution Bar and Grill. She get everything. She say she have stuffed lobster with real crab meat. That's what she say, and she taking orders, So you could call Ira from now, and it's a nice lobster. Real crab meat and some stuffing. Ira, I gotta put in my order. So that's Ira. Luella is open. Luella open from now till Monday. Because then Carnival week, she lime in. But for those before you go back, Monday right after Carnival, Luella open. So you could get a fish and mayonnaise sauce, fish and butter sauce, fish and Creole sauce, that fish, whatever you want it, fish, seafood, salmon, shrimp, it's everything seaside in. Back to the point though. Who's in the village? We in the village. People parking up in the village. They run into the court. They are run to legislature. They want to run Main Street, buy some trinkets, buy something. Maybe go by Golkana, go by Valentine. They leave the car in the village. When they come back to the village, the Trini them was selling curry yesterday. John and his family. We were liming by them. So people selling food in the village. People drinking in the village. People liming in the village. And then 5, 6 o'clock, the village turn on again. So what I'm saying is 24/7, there's activity and engagement in the village. And you want your ad there. Showing it to you one more time. 340-642-8947. Get your ad up. Get presented. Get seen. What it says, reach 10 to 20,000 people each per night. Prime ad placement, 24-hour ad rotation. Slots are limited. Call now. But what we ain't saying is your ad is also going to be in the video stream. This is unbeatable. To me, you don't even think twice about it. You just do it. And then, what else is up? AllAhWeTV. You want to be with us because we are the paparazzi. So, you know when we come for Carnival, you're getting about 1,000 photos. Children parade, adults parade, food fair, boat race. We going, what else we doing? We're doing village night, opening night in the village. Will we be on the track? I don't know yet. Maybe we just liming. Maybe we deal with a camera. Not too sure. But however, we there in the village. We gonna pop up in some events. One of the events that we gonna check out is this event called the Sunset Soca Wine Festival. It's Tuesday, and I'm gonna give you a little snippet of it because we get right there by 8 o'clock. You wanna see this event? It's a lime. It's a lime and a fete in one. Sunset Soca Wine Festival. You're gonna get to come and experience wines from different regions, different from your reds, your whites, your different flavors of wines, your different categories of wines. And then not only wines you get, of course you have a fully stocked bar, but then you're going to have a wonderful party. So you want to come out, whether you're mature, whether you're younger, you want to come out, you want to lime, you want to get a nice social and party in one. This is it. And then they also have eats to complement the Sunset Soca Wine. The wine and the festivities, they have eats. So the Sunset Soca Wine Festival, you want to be there on Tuesday. It's going to be beautiful. It was at Crown Bay last year. Now it's in the Grand Hotel. You know the hotel, what used to be the hotel, right across from Emancipation Garden. I can't even say across. Grand Hotel. It's in there. So you know when Sunset Soca Wine done, what you could do? Go straight to the village. Hey. It is party time. All right, man. Listen. Sunset Soca Wine Festival is Tuesday. Tomorrow we're gonna give you a full carnival lineup, carnival guide. It's been AllAhWeTV. It's been a Rise Up Morning Show. We finally back at it, man. It's been a minute. We want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And we're going to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, big things happening when we come. We're going to have highlights of a big unveiling that's happening this evening. Of course, we got to be there. As we were with the Yellow Cedar event last night, we're going to have the Yellow Cedar event posted to AllAhWeTV page. AllAhWeTV is the place to be. So, Facebook, YouTube, and AllAhWeTV.com. By the end of this week, AllAhWeTV, we in the background working on it. It live, but we got to pretty it up a little more. So, have a wonderful day. It's Carnival. A lot of people coming back home. There are a lot of folks who, they know where all the potholes is. They might stop abrupt. So we want you to exercise caution on the road. Carnival time, I don't know why. It have an increase in accidents. So exercise caution. Remember, don't say you have no place to park. Toman out there, no. So you want to get your pass from Sports Park and Recreation. So you have a parking situation and you good to go. We're going to be here tomorrow. We're going to be having clips coming. Listen, man, it's Carnival, baby. And we doing what we do. AllAhWeTV. We're the paparazzi. Remember, get your ads up with AllAhWeTV, 642-8947. And get your ad in that village screen. 340-642-8947. Let your business be working while you're playing, fetting, or in your house chilling. All right? See y'all tomorrow and see y'all all through Carnival 2025.
Attention all commercial motor vehicle operation and owners. Speeding is one of the top infractions for commercial motor vehicles. Driving above the posted speed limit not only incur unsafe driving violation, but also puts lives at risk. Speeding is a leading cause of crashes, injuries, and fatalities in our roads. Remember, large trucks, buses takes much longer to stop. According to Title 20 Virgin Islands Code 495C, the rate of speed for CMVs, trucks, and buses within the town area shall not exceed 10 miles an hour. Follow speed limits. Always adhere to posted speed limits and adjust your speed for traffic and weather conditions. Maintain control. Driving at safe speeds help you stay in control, especially in unexpected situations. Safety first. Your safety and the safety of others on the road should always come first. Slow down and drive responsibly because safe speeds save lives. This message is brought to you by the Motor Carrier Safety Assistance Unit, the Office of Highway Safety, and the Virgin Islands Police Department,